All right, you guys. We finally got this crew together. We're really looking forward to see what the excitement is with y'all. So tell us about it.
Well, Renee, you were a big part of this, and that you took our name from, VAP in the VetArt. So
Well, I'm really happy to be here. I thought I'd pop in and see Steve. It's been years since I've seen him, and back in 2009, where it all began, is I was a counselor at Grossmont College, working primarily with veterans at the time, and Steve brought his expertise in with art and his ability to work on so many levels with our veterans, and I was working on the academic counseling and other counseling with our student veterans, and we came together to do a VetArt program combined with the Veterans Transfer Fast Track at Grossmont College, and it was wonderful in that all these guys would come in on Fridays out in the courtyard of the art area. We had bagels, and we had an area for guys just to relax and if they wanted to bring their wives or their children or their husbands, they could do that. But in order to see me to get their ed plan so they could get their check, they had I told them one thing: there's like 7 other guys to see me. You have to make a bowl if you want to see me. So they'd have to go. Then I'd pass them off to Steve, and that's where Steve took them, and he would lead them right to where the clay was, and then the rest became magic. We became quite a team in combining art and counseling and future careers and education. And to see two of my students now that are so incredibly successful working together with Steve was the joy of my life right now to come in. And I just thought I was going to see Steve. I didn't think I was going to see Ivan and Darron, who I've seen grow into incredible success stories. So I'm thrilled to see that, Steve.
yeah, it was it was an amazing thing. It was a time when things were we were literally just trying out an idea, and that idea is how can we engage with these veterans at the beginning of their educational journey as a way to open up possibilities for them. And and Renee, you were always amazing. You're always present there. And the one thing I always loved about you is that take no shit, for starters, but 2 was you always told those vets, you're like, hey, you know what, I've got 3 people in front of you, and so you need to go over and talk to Steve. And I would take him and get him over into the wheel, and they'd be sitting down, and they're like, I got nice dress shoes on, and then I got my, and I got to roll up my sleeves, and then, I'm all here, dump some water on there, and, give them a quick demo. But you could see once their hands got into that clay, it transported them into another opportunity, and they were just in that moment, right? Yeah. And being in that moment is so powerful for individuals. And I think that as a team effort, we were kind of like, they were coming in for academic counseling and getting something else out of it.
Oh yeah, they came back every Friday. Some of our students came back every Friday, and they came back to not only just see us and say hello or do another piece of art, but to meet each other. It became a real hub of connection that had so many possibilities, and unfortunately that dried up the funding. But the magic was already there because the guys met each other. Our female veterans were all part of that, included with the male veterans, and we had families, and we had a real interactive, approach to working together from our expertise areas. College.
Absolutely, and I think that because of another unmentioned person here was Al Ventura, who connected me and Renee, but more importantly, Al connected me to Darron. Al connected me to Ivan, and I remember the first time Al's like, no, you gotta talk to this person, and I'm like, all right, Al, but he's a veteran. And so it really came out to be really deep connections there that allowed us to continue doing our work. And Darron, you were there. I mean,
my phone's going off. I was just getting done with some intense VA therapy using the arts, and now I was going to transfer into school. So when I was told, you got to go make a pot, I'm like, oh, I got this. This is just like therapy. Haha, they don't know, right? But they did know. They knew something much deeper and better was at work in store for us all. Right? Got to meet with Ivan. Got to meet his grandfather. You know, it's just incredible. If you would have told us then that we were going to do this interview now, some 14 years later.
No.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah, that's
No way.
you put a little too much on it. That's a little asking a little too much. But you know, we expect actually more, because I mean, I do. We just feel that. I feel this is a vocation, a calling from a power greater than me or anyone here that's put us together to help the next generation.
Yes, especially the healing testimony of what we've been through this process too. You know, we all come from all different walks of life, but having that one common ground to really see that testimony of our own process, what we've been through, you know, having that hope and being able to just try a little bit more to open that door and, you know, push a little bit more to make those opportunities happen. You know, we would have never thought we would be here today talking about this story.
Yeah.
But, you know, just having the patience and understanding and you know, sharing our testimony like that, you know, it's created wonders.
To see the growth from when I first met these two young men, transitioning out of the military, finding their way to what they are today, the confidence and just the bloom of what they've become is just, I can't express in words how wonderful that is, and the continued work that they're doing in the community. So they're testament.
Well, it takes two people like you to take the time to help two of us.
Thanks, dude.
You know that?
Yeah.
And I think we're kind of where they were. I don't know if we
Right
can
now,
say that,
yeah.
but we're trying to,
Yeah.
We're trying to be
you
there.
know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
you being here today, Renee, every one of these pop-up has something special to offer me. I walk away. This one takes the cake.
Oh,
So
thank
this takes the cake. I had to double
Don't make
take. I
me
said,
nervous.
is that Renee Tuller? I had to say, wait a minute. It is.
reconnect and be part of our society in a very functional, happy way. It's the goal.
What do you think on vet art? What's the key thing we can continue to share with people?
The beauty of healing and that change process that comes through connecting, through finding a mode of art that speaks to them, that helps them heart heal, and gaining tools through that process, but also finding other veterans and caring people who understand them. My husband's a veteran, and my father's a veteran, and most of my uncles, many of my relatives in the San Joaquin Valley, that was part of what men did, and the Mexican culture was to go and serve in the military. So most of my relatives were in the military as far as men go, and so I had a special sensitivity and love, and I think that that comes through to try to help students find out their path and their calling is what I love to do, and to hook up with other incredible people like Steve that have such expertise in helping them find their way to express that has been so healing.
Right on. Thank you for your.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's amazing to see you guys.
Oh,
It's
they're
like
so thankful.
talking you all light up. I mean, it's really cool. Like when you were
Special.
talking about shiny shoes and putting your hands in the, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Friends forever, artist forever. You've changed lives, Steve. And there's nothing
Yes,
better in the world
that's
than doing
right.
that.
Renee
Thank you,
too.
That's right. People helping people.
That's it.
Amen.
So we're passing the batons on, so you guys.
Absolutely.
That's
but
it.
it's funny because it's like he was saying, and as you can see, it's like who would ever thought 14 years? You know,
No,
you'd
that-
have
that-
this,
that's
you know.